G'day and welcome back to another video. In this video we're going to be building this. As you can see, it's already built. The Tamiya Top Force EVO 2021. Took me a while to get my hands on one of these. I was kind of on the fence whether I'd actually get one, but yeah, had to get it. Anyway, you might have seen the unboxing. I'll put a link up there. So here it is. She's all built, looking fantastic, I think. So yeah, like any Top Force, like the one over there, pretty cruisy build, nothing hard about it, and it's yeah, a lot of fun. And as you can see, I just did a box art, as the body comes painted anyway. I think it looks pretty good. As far as electrics go, I'm using the Tamiya TBLM02S 15.5 turn brushless motor, and I'm using the Tamiya TBLE04S speed controller that came with it, and I put a little racing fan on it, a little YA0180. But yeah, and I'm just holding that on with one screw. I don't think it's going to go anywhere. For the receiver, I'm using a Futaba R203 GF receiver. Pretty basic. I like my Futaba gear. Means I can use it with the 4PX as well. Beautiful. Anyway, and for the servo, I'm using a low profile Savox servo, an SC1251MG low profile Metal Gear servo. It's not the quickest out there, but it's quick enough for me, and like I don't race, so don't need it stupidly quick. But yeah, it's much better than the standard servo. So at a quick glance, that's how he is. Looking pretty good, I think. Got the under tray and all that on there. Naturally at the end I'll show you all around the car, bit of a montage at the end. I'm using the front one-way in there as well, instead of just the standard counter gear like you got in the standard Top Force. Got the high caps on, they come with it of course, and yeah, very nice. So anyway, I'll take you through the steps it took to get it out of the box and this far. It's not like a time-lapse video or anything, just basically I'll just go through and show you what happened when I was doing it. Alrighty, so the first thing we do is build the ball diffs. Well, we build one of them, and we build one later, but I just decided to build both at the same time, get them out the way. So there they are. Then the motor I'll be using is the Tamiya BLM02S 15.5 turn, and just check out that box. This is my first and last purchase from Amazon. This is how it came. Looks like it's been walked on and kicked and thrown and punched and all sorts of abuse it's copped. Even inside, the manual's got dents in it from the motor bashing against it. The box inside's all busted up. We'll have a look at the motor. I guess it could have been a lot worse looking at the state of the box. So instead of wasting me time sending it back, I thought I'll just use it because it looks, you know, okay. Except for those wrinkles there in the sticker, which is, I think they're kind of scratched. A couple of dings there. So it's not that good after all. So that's the last time I'm buying anything off Amazon. So anyway, I fitted it to the rear gearbox. Got the gears and stuff in there, all greased up, looking good. So from there I just whacked the cover on and we're all good. It's ready to go. That's our rear gearbox. And then it was time to get onto the rear suspension. So I put the suspension arms on and built the CVDs, put them in, put the arms on. And we got the rear shock tower on there, looking good. So then it was time to move on to the front gearbox, and I went with the front one-way. I also built the standard counter gear there, just for a spare, so that it's already done. Just grab it one day whenever you need a counter gear. Now with the top cover screwed on, that's our front gearbox completed. Time to get onto the front suspension now. And there it is. Built the arms, built the CVDs, got the shock tower on there. All looking good. So there's our front and rear gearboxes all built up and ready to go. Now we just need the center on the car. But first we'll get onto the shocks. Got the shocks on there all built up and fitted up nicely. That's our Tamiya high cap shocks. I think they look pretty good. Certainly much better than the basic black ones on the standard Top Force. So from there it's time to get onto the chassis. So we got the nice carbon chassis there. And I've set up the steering, all working very smoothly, looking good. After that was time to fit the rear gearbox. So I got him all screwed on there. And the front gearbox. So we got the prop shaft in the middle there. Now it's starting to look like a real buggy. So from there I fitted the tyres onto the wheels, fitted them on, and fitted the top plate and the steering servo of course. And the servo I'm using is a Savox SC1251MG Metal Gear servo. And as you can see there, I've got the wing mount on now, ready to go. So it's almost complete. Now it's time to get onto the wiring. I wanted to shorten all the wires, so I ended up taking the servo back out. So I removed the bullet connectors between the ESC and the motor and just kept the bullets on the motor. Put a Dean's plug onto the battery plug and shortened the switch wire and also shortened the wire for the ESC. I've added a fan as well, just a little Yeah Racing YA180 fan. Just held on with one screw, so I've shortened the wire for that as well. I think that fan fits quite well, and even though it's only held on by one screw, you know, I don't think it's going to go anywhere. So there's our electrics all in, starting to tidy it up now. I still need to put the sensor wire on it. So we've got nice short servo and ESC wires. I think it looks pretty good. So we've got the top cover back on, and I've got a sensor wire on there. Now that was actually far too long. It only needed to be about 180mm long, but mine was 300. So I ended up pulling the sleeving back and coiling up the cord inside it and pulling the sleeving back over. Of course that makes the sensor wire quite a bit thicker than it needs to be, but I think it looks neat. I also put some shrink tubing over the motor wires and the sensor wire just to keep them all together and nice and neat. So that's the chassis complete. As you can see, I've got the underguard on it now, or the under tray. It's all looking pretty good, I think. So I'll have a bit of a look around the finished chassis, and then I'll get onto the body and bring back the finished product. So that's it, it's all built. Pretty happy with it. I haven't run it yet, although, you know, I've tested it on the bench, but yeah, I'll get it out for a run very soon and see how she goes. I plan to get in the backyard. Over the last couple of days I've been out there and been cutting down more trees and cleaning up and stuff. We've got the fence down, you know, so I'm getting a fence very soon. And yeah, tackling all the trees. I'm getting a few scars here and there. Beautiful. Anyway, so I'll get it out probably in the next few days, hopefully, and give it a run. So that's about it for this video. I'll leave a little montage at the end, you know, we'll cruise around and have a look at it up close and get it out soon for a run. If you like the video, give it a thumb up, that'd be great. If you're new here, subscribe, that'd be awesome. And there'll be more builds to come. Got another Top Force coming very soon, a custom one, so should be sweet. Alrighty, catch you later.